Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam Wolf, and this is the first Descendant. Now I know this is a first impressions video, but this isn't my first impression of the game. That was actually I think the very first beta they had. It was a while ago. It wasn't the most recent beta. It was the first one, I think. I want to say either earlier this year or late last year, something like that. It was quite a while ago. And I liked it. You know, I liked what they had in it. I'm a big looter shooter fan. I like grinding. You know, it's my kind of game. From what I've seen, I've been watching Shroud. I've been watching, you know, a little bit on it, and it does kind of look repetitive in nature, but that's a free-to-play game for you. That's a looter shooter for you. I expect them to add more stuff down the road. This one's developed by Nexon. Nexon has a reputation of sorts. Some people don't like them. I've played a large portion of their games to know what they are about. This one interests me the most just because it's very sci-fi, and I like sci-fi. I'm a big fan of it, so I think with the release now, they might have tweaked things a little bit to where it's a little bit better. But we'll have to see. If I remember correctly, the performance on the PlayStation was not that great, so hopefully they fix that part. But they are definitely going hard on cosmetics and stuff like that. But gameplay looks great, and let's see if it feels any different from what I remember. So let's get into it.
나는 모든 것을 보았어요. 두 세계의 연결을. 100년 전 인류는 패배했어요. 다른 세계에서 온 침략자 벌거스에게 뒤이어 거신들도 나타났죠. 그들은 모든 것을 파괴했어요. 인류는 끝까지 저항했어요. 그리고 희망을 발견했죠. 잊고 있었던 선각자의 힘이었어요. 마침내 반격이 시작되었죠. 하지만 또 다른 위협도 모습을 드러냈죠. 벌거스의 새로운 지도자 카레. 그의 야망은 두 세계를 파멸로 이끌고 있어요. 우리가 맞서야 해요. 선각자의 힘을 계승한 자들이. 계승자, 내 목소리가 들리나요? 당신을 기다리고 있어요.
조사부대에 따르면 철의 심장 유적지에 있다. 임무는 간단하다. 버니가 회수를 막고 너희 중 하나가 버니를 지킨다. 누가 이번 작전을 맡겠나?
Okay, so we've got... Here's the character choice screen. You got Viesa, Lepic, and Ajax. For some reason, Lepic has this exclamation point here. That cutscene stuttered quite a bit. Now, I'm pretty sure that was a preloaded FMV. That was not real-time. It didn't look real-time at all to me. I went into the options. This game actually comes with frame generation on console, which is... Wow. My capture card's acting up. Sorry about that. I did not expect to see frame generation as an option. It also has ray tracing, which I have off. I did not enable frame generation because I want to see the performance without it. I want to see if the game can handle, well, the system can handle the game without it. this might actually be part of this, you know, whole thing, the map or whatever. So we can actually view the Descendant info before we choose. I think the last time I actually did this, it was with Ajax. So we're probably going to go with that. As you probably have noticed, I am choosing the Korean because the English voice acting is terrible. I'm not the only one who thinks that. Alright, Ajax, a tanker who utilizes void energy, which is going to be my jam. I just want to see what the other two are all about. A dealer who uses grenades to attack. That's pretty cool. And she is a debuffer who uses chill at will. Well, we're going to go beefy boy because that's going to be me. Tanky. I'm always down to be the tank. So let's go with this dude, Ajax. And apparently there's tons of different characters you could choose from, so we'll see. I might stick with him. I usually like to take one character and just go with it, but there might be a better tank type character later on, so let's pick Ajax for now. So yes, this is a new third-person looter shooter. It's been compared to the likes of Warframe, Outriders, which I'm very familiar with. I know Warframe a little bit, but I tried it way back in the early days, and I didn't really like it that much. It was actually quite complicated. And, again, that crackling is my capture card. I don't know. It doesn't... OBS doesn't like it or something like that. Hasn't been doing it in a while. Anyway, built on Unreal Engine 5. Visually, looks very, very good. I'm not entirely sure. I could turn on ray tracing, and it would probably drop the frame rate, but then if you turn on frame generation, it probably would actually bring it back up again. So you'd want to use those two at the same time. So, but it looks like when you can only choose it at the main menu, which is unfortunate. High settings enhance ray tracing quality, but require higher performance hardware, which is like, I don't know why they would... That sounds like it belongs on the PC, but not the console. It looks like they just ported it over. So you can only do that at the main menu. That's fine. We're here to check out the performance anyway. So it looks pretty solid so far, but there's not really much going on, so I'd expect it to be halfway decent. So, you know, visually, this game looks very good, but it's Unreal Engine, so it should... prove yourself. I didn't even read what I was supposed to do. Oh, grappling hook. I forgot that's a thing in this game. I'm not sure how I feel about sprint just being on all the time. So let's go ahead and take a look at the controller settings. Display HDR, field of view. Let's push that up to 100. Though I'd think in, you know, in third-person shooters, I probably don't need it that high. Vibration function on, adaptive triggers on. Yeah, I've gotten more inclined to use the adaptive triggers lately. I think some games actually utilize it pretty well. Okay, so we got aim assist function is on. Use aim assist for hip fire. Aim assist camera auto rotate level, sensitivity level, auto tracking level. They're all set to 80 by default, so I'll leave them there. I'm curious about that though, as to I might mess with it later. Audio mix, let's just do headphones. Battle voice on and off. Okay. Gameplay cross-platform settings, yep. Okay. Chat and voice chat permissions, accept all. I guess. Grappling hook correction guide. Ah, okay. Interesting. Alright. Oh, I remember what I was going to go in there to look for. What, let's see. Actually, it would be under gameplay, wouldn't it? But I don't see anything here. Just damage display options and then the control method. Nothing on... movement. There we go. No, not that. Button? Nope, sprint is just on all the time if you click in L3. If you don't, then I guess it really doesn't matter. Like, why would it matter whether it's on all the time, right? A lot of people are giving this game grief because they just say they don't care about the story. Well, you know what? I care about the story. I want to know what it's about. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, hey, I'll be one of the few who actually know about it.
난 당신과 동행을 하겠어. 지금은 심장에만 집중해요. 벌거스에게 뺏기면 안 되니까요.
Okay, aim assist is very light, which is usually not a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. Press roll and evade, right? I'm okay with a somewhat light-ish. I don't want it to be too heavy. I've definitely had aim assist where it's too strong and it screws up your shots because you're trying to compensate and you overcompensate for the shot and it just goes horribly, horribly wrong. But then there's games where the aim assist is too light and you really can't get a shot on because you're just trying to get your reticle over the target. Alright, so that's that. And then if you hold, then it goes to that one. So as of right now, we have unlimited ammo for everything. I don't know if it's going to be for everything all the time. It might just be for your primary, and then your secondary and tertiary weapons have certain amounts of ammo to perform a sub-attack. Okay, so that's your melee. When sub-attack is on cooldown, swing your firearm to perform a weak sub-attack. It's just like... eh. Nope. What the hell, dude? I hit L1 and R1. You know what? Can you grab the side, please? What the hell? I have to hold L1 first, and then I can hit R1. Boom. Boy, that didn't really seem like it had much punch to it, yeah? The sound effects are a bit lackluster, I'm not gonna lie. It's unfortunate, but I guess not every game can nail it. To void walk, jumps into the enemy camp and strikes them. Squares a hypercube, raises a barrier that defends from all directions. Jumps into the enemy camp and strikes them. And then expulsion knocks back nearby enemies. Okay. Oi! What? He avoided that? How dare he? Where? There he is. Got a nice sniper. I won't be using a sniper, though, for sure. I'm gonna be... If you know anything about me, like I said, I'm a tanky kind of dude, but I'm also... I love my explosives. It's very strange that the environment and the camera move at 60 FPS, but my character moves... roughly at about half frame rate. It's really strange. I can't imagine that was a decision they made to compensate for keeping a consistent frame rate, to lower your character's frame rate or animation update or something. This is really strange to look at. So far so good. The game's running pretty... Yeah, okay, so when I look back here, they've decided to lower the frame rate of the character to compensate for what might be a drop in frame rate when you're looking back into a, like, you know, NPC or character heavy area. And then I look away and he's back to normal. That is such a weird... I've never seen anybody do that before. Also, the red dot on my screen, that's a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie. That's such a strange way to compensate, but hey, it's the first time I've ever seen it. We're going to turn on frame gen because I want to see what it does. We're going to get a black screen real quick. Okay. Doesn't feel like it's done anything. the game really wasn't running bad to begin with, but now it's just the image quality kind of takes a dive a little bit softer image. But it doesn't really change the outcome of his movement. It'd be nice if this game was actually able to run at 120 FPS. So frame gen kind of useless unless you're using ray tracing, I'm guessing. You know, if the frame rate's going to be fine without it, then I'm not gonna ruin it. I don't know what the ray tracing is though. I don't know if it's ray trace global illumination or, you know, reflections, which reflections I wouldn't see as an impossibility. I mean, there's a lot of shiny things, so, or there could be. Ray trace shadows maybe, but the shadows look okay. It's weird how Ajax had a voice at the beginning. Now he's not even speaking. The guide is a looker, isn't she? I'm noticing a lot of popping. It's very obvious. You guys probably might see it, depending on if I keep the cutscenes in the game video or not. We'll see. But I usually have been making these videos a little bit shorter, just to be more consumable. But if I do end up doing that, let me know in the comments if you want them to be full uncut videos or if you're okay with the shorter versions. But yeah, there's quite a bit of pop-in. There is a PS4 version, and I aim to actually make another video on that, comparing the two versions. I'm curious as to whether or not they were able to make that run at 60 FPS and just how it acts. If the pop-in's worse, then, well, yeah. Then obviously it's not going to be good. But let's take a look and talk to Marcus here. The game's got a nice depth of field look to it. However, I noticed that every time he started a new line of dialogue, it would disable it and then re-enable it. Really strange occurrence there. Alright. Now, I didn't see... I probably should have looked a little bit longer to see how to make it a private match without all these people here, but it's whatever. Let's start this mission. There's no space between careful and vulgus. So, it looks like they got a few minor issues to iron out, like, you know, freaking, what you call it there? What did I, typos and stuff like that. Amos, oof, there goes the frame rate. Okay, so frame rate's fine in smaller areas. Now that we're out here in the open, it dropped like a ton of bricks. It definitely feels like the aim assist is more... Okay, select a weapon slot to swap weapons. A weapon affects damage when fired. Choose a reactor slot and replace the reactor. The reactor affects skill damage. Equip one that matches your Descendant's talents. It definitely does not feel like the frame generation did anything. It actually feels worse. So I want to see if maybe this will change it. Maybe it's just the fact that I'd have to reload the game. Might improve it. Anyway, as I was saying, the aim assist does not feel very good when I'm ADSing. So maybe upping the strength of all that, just putting it all at 100, that might improve it. I'm not sure, but the frame rate is taking a nosedive for sure. And everything looks a bit meh. But again, I think I'd have to restart the game to really see if maybe it improves things or if it affects it more that way. I am really confused. Oh, that was cool. Okay. So I have to do it, like, close to them. See, sometimes the ground texture is not loading in under my feet. Move inventory, right? This is not a great time to be doing that. Oh. The enemy just disappeared. Awesome. So I just skipped through all of that possible important stuff. Okay. Anyway. Handgun, scout rifle. 528. So, obviously, we're going to go with that one. We got a 688 scout rifle. Equip that. Okay. Shotgun. Don't have any replacement for that. So we're good for now. Got a jump in damage already.
이 건물에 있는 통신 중계기를 확인해 주십시오. 재가동이 끝나면 마지막 남은 교신기를 사용할 수 있습니다.
Oh, we unlocked our second ability. Nice, nice, nice. I remember this mission, though. I did this one during the beta. Boy, when the frame drops, though, the frame rate drops, man, the reaction time of the button pushes goes way up. Or way down, I guess I should say. Not way up. Way down. It takes longer for the button to react. That's very strange. Then there's that. Possibly a loading stutter. I don't know. Unreal Engine, man, it looks pretty, but sometimes if it's not optimized, if the game's not optimized right, it's not a great experience, which is unfortunate. You always can hope. You always hope that you can have the best of both worlds, but sometimes it's just not how things work out. Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, the aim assist definitely. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's just me trying to compensate for, you know, shooting a target on the move or something like that. When in reality, I should just let the aim assist do all the work. At least that's what it seems like. So it's got ammo types, just like Destiny. So that's cool, I suppose. You can improve the performance of Descendants or weapons with modules. It displays the modules you own. Place a module in the on the slot to equip. I think they meant in, but whatever. Modules can be equipped up to a capacity. If the level of the Descendant or weapon increases or an energy activator is used, the max capacity is increased. If you are having difficulty deciding on which modules to equip, try using the equip recommended module function. I love how I'm getting hit. Do you mind? I'm busy. Douchebags just spawn in and start shooting, man. Trying to figure out a module, man. So, alright. I think that's more than enough to kind of give you guys an idea what this game's about. It does look like you can kind of streamline the main story, which is probably what I'm going to do. But endgame stuff, from what I understand, is very similar to, well, pretty much any looter shooter. You got dungeons to do. There's probably going to be raids. I don't know if there are raids in the game now or there will be later. But your typical online looter shooter sort of stuff. I like the look of it, but the performance is still not good from the beta. And I think that's just indicative of Unreal Engine, but also the fact that optimization's not good. They've had multiple betas to test optimization and improve performance, and yet here we are. I'm going to try ray tracing and quality mode. I should say just quality mode, because you got a drop down there. And see if it maybe locks it into 30 FPS. A 30 FPS game, especially if it's a shooter, can be good if it's done right. And a perfect example that I always bring up when it comes to shooters at 30 FPS was Division 2 and Destiny 2 on PlayStation 4. They were both locked in at 30 FPS, but they felt just as responsive as if they were at 60. So it can be done, but based on what I'm feeling with this game and when the frame rate drops, I'm not holding my breath. See screen space reflections, but you know what? Honestly, those aren't the worst screen space reflections I've actually ever seen. So that's pretty good. They start disappearing just at the very edge of the screen, which is good. It's not distracting. When your character goes in front of them, it's not very obvious. So that's good. At least they nailed that part. But I am wondering if the ray tracing is reflections, or if it's maybe global illumination, but we'll have to see. So overall, I think I'll keep playing this game, but it's gonna really depend on you know, whether or not they actually intend to improve the game and add more to it, which I imagine they would, because it is a live service game. And hopefully they do. And hopefully they improve the performance, because this could really use it. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you thought about the game in the comments down below. If you're a looter shooter fan and you like grindy games, this is the game for you. That's just the way it is. People say they don't care about the story. I care about the story, and I'm curious as to where it's going to lead. So I'll keep playing the story. And like I said, if it's good, then it's good. If it's bad, then it's not good. So what are you going to do? That is definitely a painted background. And please join me again in the next one, where we play yet another game and hope that it makes a good first impression. But until next time, I'm Adam Wolf. This is the first Descendant. And we'll see you guys later.